Good evening, it's Schmoe RC. How you guys doing today? Alright, here with the channel update. Sorry for the waviness here. Not on the tripod, can't find it at the moment. Jumping into stuff here, got a lot to cover, so let's get on to it. This is a Schmoe S033G I got from X Hilly. I think I paid like total $90 shipped to my door, which is, I think, is awesome. Something weird. I'm giving this to somebody. You see that? Looks like a balance lead. The battery in there is a nickel metal hydride battery. It looks like a bunch of little double A's strapped together, or just miniature half-size AA batteries strapped together. But that's how you charge it. Yeah, this is the actual battery connector up here, right there. If you can see that, that's the battery connector. But the white thing here, it looks like a balance chart lead, is really what you connect the charger to charge it. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. Trying to find a charger to charge it like that, it's not working. I've tried connecting it to the chargers I had, like through the balance lead ports. It's not hooking up. It still wants to see the battery plugged in. I'm thinking, oh boy, thought about maybe buying some Deans and change these to Deans connectors here, so I can actually charge the battery off another actual battery charger. That might work. But right now I do have a charger for it in. What happened is I gave it to somebody and he had some issues with it. Brought it back to me to get it fixed up. I got it fixed up, but the battery was still having problems charging, and I found out the charger has a little cord that plugs into the main box, the main charger box. One of those little lead cords. And when you plug it in the box, you have to push down on it to get the wire to connect, which means the wire's been pinched or something. I don't know, but charger's bad. So it's getting replaced. Parts on the way. But I'm thinking about either that or changes all to Dean's plugs and finding an actual LiPo for this. That would be fitting. So if any guys have these, let me know. I'd like to help this guy out. I'm giving this to him, and I want to make sure when I give it to him, I'm setting him up proper, and all right. But he enjoyed it. He said it flew great. I'm just not a good flyer. Anywho, I'm going to pause the video and show you something in a second. Diddle-oo, spirit fingers. All right. Let me get settled in here. There we go. Now, if you remember a while back, I was wanting to do a, what do you call that? A new RC. I wanted something different. I figured I've got some ECX vehicles. I've got some Traxxas vehicles. That's pretty much most of the vehicles I have. So I wanted something different. I'm mostly off-roading and, bashing and fun. But I don't have a racer. I don't have a street driver. I don't have a drift car. So what do? And you want a new brand. It's okay. So I turn to, you can see it in the bottom corner over here. Turn to HPI Racing. It's my first HPI vehicle. But I figured if I'm going to give HPI a shot, I need to give them a good shot and go for one of their bad boys. So I went for HPI RS4 Sport 3 Flux. And it's waterproof. This thing looks awesome. I mean, look how low to the ground that is. None of my RCs are that low. Oh no. So, problem I did with this one, I was so excited about the unboxing. I was so happy. Filmed the unboxing video. Filmed my first run. And it appears my first run didn't come through very well because it was dark outside. So you couldn't see the RC in the dark through the film. It was just all black and blurry, so that was a waste. So I had to throw that film away. Then I went to check about my filming my actual unboxing, and it appears I never started the record button. I just got too excited and jumped into it. So there's no unboxing video. I do apologize for that. But it's still a cool RC. I enjoyed my first run. I put a battery that was about dead in it I didn't want to wait for the battery to charge. I wanted to have fun right out of the box. This thing is awesome. Even with a dead battery, I don't have an RC that comes close to the speed of this thing right now. Just throwing a 3-cell in it and going right out there. Yeah. Me and my daughter were like, whoa! We were having fun out there. I mean, just check out that stance right there in the front. Look at her to bite your ankles. That looks mean, and it is. Alright. Well, the reason why I was going to get a 16 scale Revo, and I did get it, traded it back in and upgraded to this instead. One of my biggest reasons to upgrade to this is I was at the Hobbytown USA in Virginia Beach or Virginia Beach Boulevard, and I have been going back and forth to different, places, and it's hard to find somebody excited about the products. Well, the guy that worked there was so excited about showing me this that it worked on me. When you get somebody that excited about the product they're selling, it helps and sell you to want to buy it. So he made me want this, as weird as that is, and I'm very glad I have it, dude. Even though I put a battery that was about dead in it and went out there and ran it just one time, I can already tell I am going to love this RC. It was a ton of fun in those few seconds. It's got a big over-exaggerated wing in the back, which is fun. And you can't go wrong with that paint job. And by the way, with my little run, even though I was doing high speeds and I tried to turn at high speeds, I was able to get a slide out, but it did not roll at all. And I'm not a good driver, so for me not to roll, it says something so far. But give me time. Also, on the body itself, this is something I've never seen before. I mean, you guys have probably have it. For me, this is my first one like this. It's got an extra piece back here to make the air flow where it wants the air to flow. That's kind of cool. Never had a body like that for me. And it's first RC that I have that's got that foam bumper up front, and I think that's to stop kind of airflow, I guess, or maybe it's just for crash resistance. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know. First time I've had one like this. And this is their Flux, so it is the brushless. I will have to read on what the KV rating is, but I think it was around 4,000. I'm not sure though. Don't quote me on that one. I'll have to look it up for you. These shocks, as far as an RTR out of the box, is the tightest shocks I've ever seen, as far for me, that I've got one out of the box. Such a firm, really firm, but I guess that's because it's meant to go high speed. It's not meant to, it's meant to go, straight shots. So, nice, grippy, sticky tires. When you can hear it. I can hear my thumb going across it. So these tires are like racing slicks. I mean, they grip good. They grip real well. I was really happy with that. The battery I'm using, this is in the way, but I'm guessing that's if you used a shorter lipo, it'll help hold it in place. I'm going to assume that, I'm going to assume that one of these two screws, if not both of those screws, come off, and that probably just slides right off out of my way. I'll read the manual before I do it. I don't want to mess anything up. Nope, that looks like it goes to this. So it looks like all I got to do is remove that one screw right here, and I might be able to move that tab off so I can put my bigger lipo in there. And also I got my new lipos that I haven't touched yet. I have a 6500 milliamp hour battery. It's a 60C rating 3-cell lipo that I can put in here. And that'll liven this up. Right out of the box, what I'm really excited about, Deans. Now, everything I have is Traxxas, but I do have an adapter so I can plug the Traxxas batteries in there. But some of the batteries that I have the Deans on them. I just use the Traxxas adapter to plug here, and it turns it into a Traxxas adapter to hook in my other RCs. But for those batteries, I don't need the adapter. I can just plug them straight in. So I'm okay with Deans or Traxxas connectors. Either way I go, I got adapters to switch it back and forth. But I know that Traxxas themselves has upgraded their connector, so I may end up turning all of my RCs just Deans. I'm debating that right now, or maybe something else. But if I'm going to change them, I want to do them all at once and just get it done and over with. I might go to one of those, I don't know what they're called, but the bigger ones that people are getting, supposed to getting a better connector. But this gauge wire, I think, is really, I think it fits really well with the Deans or the Traxxas connector. They're not a really thick gauge to really warrant getting a bigger, thicker connector to me. It doesn't seem feasible, but it might work. I don't know. Might not see an increase of anything. The little horn here is plastic, but this thing, I don't know why it's that big, but that doesn't feel like plastic to me, but it might be. Kind of feels like it's metal. There is a few other pieces that are metal here. And there's the other one. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can get the angle. You see that piece down there is metal. And in the rear, they got one that's metal, too. right there. That was nice. Now these shocks feel like they're all plastic throughout, including the cap. But look, those shocks are so small. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but are those the same shocks from our E-Revo as far as the size? I don't know which shocks will be better between these or those. I have no idea. That's really cool. Have no idea what I'm getting myself into when I actually get a full powered battery in here. Start running it. I am going to try to go look at getting the what do you call those, slick tires for drifting. I will be getting drifting tires for this. I will be drifting it, but I want some cool looking tires. Sitting behind me is the HPI's first generation Camaro body. Oh no, it's not behind me. It's already put up. Sorry. But yeah, I got that. I'm gonna have to find somebody to do that one for me, because on the other body that I got that I want to put on this, the rear right here is not connected. It's like on another piece. It's got to be cut out and adhered to the body. So whatever paint job is done, it's got to follow perfectly on both pieces. That's weird to me. I don't know what to think about that. Honestly, I'm like, okay. I was gonna try to paint that one myself and just have a good try at it, but since that piece is separate, I don't want to mess it up. I bought that body, straight off from them, so I want to make sure I get that right. All right, let's see. I was told can't go 70 miles an hour until you get speed gears in here, so I'll have to wait for that. What else? I like how they got the waterproof casing for the receiver. Now, I don't know if that means that the receiver itself is not waterproof or not. I have no idea. I will have to look that up. But at least it's in a waterproof case, so that's cool with me. The switch right here for the turning the servo off and on, or that servo, but the ESC off and on. Or actually, turning the RC on by turning the ESC on. You know what I mean. But that's got this little rubber thing on top to keep it waterproofed. So, and I imagine when it says waterproof, it's probably more splash proof. I'm sure it's not meant for running underwater. Not that you would want to do with this. But, if the track is wet, it's nice to know it's waterproof. That if the track is wet, I could still go run. That's nice. Because, as you know, I don't get much time to really get out there and run them. So whenever I get the opportunity, you gotta have it available to go. And it's got a little diffuser underneath. That's cute. Sorry, not cute. Awesome. Me and my son are working on it today. We're going to try not to use the word cute as much. Alright. I like how it's got the little logo on the tires, making it look more realistic. Love the look. Really kind of, I know for speed runs and for racing, that low center of gravity is, or that low, I guess you call it center of gravity, but I guess that's the word for it. Clearance, that's the word I'm looking for. Clearance low is a good thing. But for me, I usually go for a higher center of gravity or clearance so I can ride it in different terrains. So this is straight going to be a street rider. Street out front of my house is not that well kept, so I do not know how long I'll be able to keep it looking pretty underneath the chassis. Being this low to the ground, that chassis is going to get beat up fast. So, if you guys know of any, if anybody makes the, what do you call those? The protector sheets, whatever, that go underneath here, that are nice and neat. Yes, I know I could buy some of the stuff, whatever it's called, and kind of cut it out, but it won't look cool. I figure with how much time and patience HPI has put into that body right there, I am a-okay with putting a little bit of money into getting a nice protecting sheet underneath here before I start running it out in the street. Yes, that means I'm going to add a little bit more thickness here to bring it even lower to the ground. But at least as rocks are coming up here and hitting, they won't be destroying the screws and scratching them up. I'm sure I'll have to take that protector off at some point to work on it. But, so I might have to buy a few of them. Or maybe as I put it on, I'll just cut out the hole where the screws are. And then after I, put them on, cut the holes out. And then the little part that I cut out for the holes, put them right back in. So that when I need to get certain screws off, I'll take the X-Acto knife and just plug that little piece out. It might save it for a few bumps. Probably not last long, but it'll help some. It's a really nice, really cool looking vehicle. I want to make it last. Um, on the body, there are some things that I thought was weird. See what you guys think. I'm sure there's a reason for this. Like right here. What in the world did they do this for? I don't know. If you could tell me in the description below, or in the comments below, let me know why they put something like that on there. Is that just something that it's a commonly wore out spot and, you know, they need to do that? I do know I need to do something about reinforcing this. Right here. I can already see some wear and tear on it. And yeah, you can see where the angle right here goes right through the middle of it. But the angle on the other side goes on the outside of the hole. So from the factory, it's not perfectly lined up. As sad as it is, I've done my own holes, and I think I've got them better centered, which is weird because I'm amateur and yeah, I'm like not even a novice. I'm amateur. So, but I think I could have done a better job of that. What I don't like already is getting the pins off and off on the back is already starting to scratch into the window. For this to be a pretty body and looking as cool as it is, that's kind of a shot into me. It's a I don't know. I'll have to figure something out for that. Maybe if I just put some shoe goo around that little area, but then again, it would make it thicker and harder to get the body pins in and out. So that's something I'm gonna have to play with and figure out how to do and set it up right. I'm gonna play with that a little bit because I don't want to beat the body up too bad. Up front, I could do the drywall tape, like underneath. I could put drywall tape here and shoe goo it and cut those little holes out. And then on the sides, I'm going to drywall tape, shoe goo on both sides of the doors. I'm gonna do it the same for the front bumper, drywall tape and shoe goo. All right, but for the window, if I'm going to keep it clear, I can't drywall and shoe goo this side. So the only way I can see using this back window and being able to re-support it is taping everything off inside with some masking. Take the like Spastics chrome and chrome this back window out. Back it with some white, then back it with some black right after so it kind of matches. And just, you know, paint the windows off, obviously. Then back everything with like the after it's been drywall tape and shoe glued and everything, back everything in that bed liner spray underneath, and then pulling my masking off from the windows so these stay clear, but this will be chromed out. Or maybe chroming out all the windows. That way I can reinforce wherever I need to later on with shoe glue and drywall tape and make this body last a long time. Not so sure how that will look chromed out. I do like the clear look, but like I said, I'm already only took these pins off twice. So after twice removing, I'm already cutting a groove into it with the body pins. And this was, in my opinion, this was a pretty pricey little toy. Whenever I spend like $100 on something, I'm like, if I spend more than $100, I'm like, oh, you know, for me. But I did, I got it. So I'm going to put some more money into it with drywall tape, shoe glue, and all that. I want to make it last. So I want to take good care of it. However, as far as the roofing, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it. The way this drove, I don't think I'm going to be flipping a lot. I really don't think so. When I get the speed gearing in there with the 3S LiPo, that might change. But from what I saw tonight, this thing held really well. Turning and everything, it just handled so nice. Like when I wanted to turn, it actually did turn. It didn't hesitate and then turn. Or, I didn't have to wait for the tires to slide out. And as far as sliding out, when it came times where I thought it was going to body roll, like it was going to just flip and roll, it slid out at that point. That's when the tires finally gave. So I know a lot of people I've heard a lot of reviews where people don't like these tires, but for where I'm driving and how I'm driving it, I think they're perfectly balanced. Yes, they do give, but they give when they need to for me. So for me, I'm really happy with it set up right out of the box. This is awesome. So Hobbytown USA, thank you guys for talking me into buying this. I am greatly enjoying it already with only a few, like maybe a minute and a half run is all I got so far. But I'm more excited about this than a lot of my other RCs now. I'm telling you. I can now understand why the speed guys want the speed. My other RCs don't touch this thing in speed. They just don't. I don't have all the higher gearing for them, but I will get the higher gearing for this one. I will get this to 70 miles an hour, guaranteed. After I hit 70 mile an hour with this, I'm going to play with this, and I'm going to show you something that I've already got ready. When I said I'm going to play with this and go a little further, I hope this is an upgrade. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a Mama Monster 2. And did I tell you the batteries that I got? I got 2 brand new 3S LiPos that are both 65 or 6500 milliamp 65C rating with the Mama Monster 2 in this with the speed gearing. And I've heard a lot of people say things about the starting controllers. You know, when you start going up to higher speeds, you got to get longer distance ranges and problems and glitches. So I got to make sure I got the right one. This is the controller that'll be going in it. My first Futaba. That's brand new. And I know I don't know how that servo is rated, but I haven't had any problems with it. But just in case, I got to back up. If you remember shortly, I was talking about, hey, what I wanted to get. Should I get electronics or like hard RC, whatever? That's not all I got either, man. It goes further, but I've got more to release on the video at a later date. I don't know if I've already released it in a video yet or not, but there we go. I got the starting off package here, and after I get this thing to 70 miles an hour with their speed gearing and having fun with it, I got to find out what to do with this and if I can get 2 3S LiPo batteries in here or not. But I think if I get the 2 3S LiPos with that Mama Monster 2 in here, I bet you this thing would hold 100 miles an hour. Probably not with those tires. They're probably going to balloon with the Mama Monster 2 and 6S. But as far as 3S and this, HPI, you told me that this thing goes 70 miles an hour out of the box. And this is my full run for you guys. I'm giving you the full chance. So I'm going to get your speed gears. I'm going to throw it in here. I'm going to throw the 3S LiPo in here. And I'm going to see if I can't hit 70 miles an hour with this thing. Those tires should not balloon at 70 miles an hour. If you're advertising, it says 70 miles an hour. So, that's what it says. 70 plus miles an hour. 70 plus. So it says 70 plus. So I'm going to hold you to that. I will. We're going to see. This will be my first RC that's actually going to hit that 70 mile an hour mark. Do it and do it right. I believe it's a 4400 or 4000 kV motor. I don't know if that is allowed for the 70 mile an hour club. I'll have to go back and read the rules. And I will go watch the rules on that one. If it's allowed, I will be so tickled and happy with that, because this will be just perfect. Because it doesn't go 70 miles an hour out of the box, even though it says 70 plus miles per hour. You have to get speed gearing separately to get 70 miles an hour. They told me that before I bought that at Hobbytown USA, so it was upfront and honest with me when I purchased it, so I'm okay with that. But if an average Dumbo walks in and goes, oh, well, this goes 70 miles an hour, okay, cool. And they get it home, and, well, it's not until they pay the... You might have issues with that with some people. Because that's... You kind of should put, at least right here, 70 miles per hour plus when applied extra gearing or something right here on the box. I think that would be more upfront and honest, in my opinion. Maybe I'm nitpicking, but... You know, anyways, sure it says it in the manual. Probably says it more small printing on the box. But let's be honest, for a lot of guys that are working hard and you don't have a lot of time to sit there and read the whole box on it, some guys just don't. So you just go in here, play your money down, grab the toy, and go. That's all the time you got. You don't have time to, a lot of people don't have time to put the homework into that. And they would just go by what the front of the box says. So, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to be happy with this thing. I'm already am, so I'm content and happy. That's my only real serious that, and there's got to be a way to get this where it doesn't destroy that window. I love that clear look. I love being able to look through it. I like that. I think the body is spot on. I'm a Chevy guy. I want a Camaro body on here. But after seeing this like out of the box and actually in hand, I like it just the way it is. I really do. It's just so nice. That's my only 2 complaints so far, is just, that and what it says on the box. So if that's my only 2 complaints throughout the whole thing, that's not a big deal. That's a freaking home run. So I'm loving it. I'm happy. I'm excited. You got the way it is to have some fun with it for a while. Get the speed gearing in it. Have fun with that for a while. And when I want more's waiting for me. Now, other thing for this, I'm going to go ahead and let you know. If you stayed this long in the video, you're going to know what I'm building is I already got the chassis, RPM A arms. I'm building a Revo Summit hybrid. What I want to do is I want to build basically a Revo, but I want the diff from a Summit, so I can go from solid, from lock diff, unlock diff. I want that part to be of a Summit, but that's the only thing I want of the Summit. But I want it to be a Revo. For iRock RC, I did look at that low C 4-wheel drive one. I was close on going for that one instead, but I couldn't find a roller to start with. I did want my own electronics that didn't come with an RC. I wanted to pick my dream electronics to start off with, and then put those into one. Now, I do know that Losi has a 2-wheel drive monster truck. It's a 2-wheel drive. It's a kit. And I was going to start look if I can find one of those kits on sale real cheap. I might grab one of those. And then I could throw these in there for a little while. And when I build my Revo, these will go to that and to this. So this electronics, this servo, that ESC motor combo, which is a 2200 kV motor, this radio, they will be jumping into different RCs just to see what they do in different RCs for fun. I think it's going to be a blast, just, pushing different RCs to a whole new limit for me. I'm sure it's going to be crazy, and I can promise you I will wreck whatever RC I first put that in the first time I run it, because I'm one of those guys. I have to pull that trigger all the way down at least once. I got to have it. And I already know when I do that, I've been warned by so many people, when I start to do this, I will break things, because the way I am, for the people that know me, and you're right, I'm going to end up breaking some stuff. So I'll have to, make sure I prepare myself and have some parts ready standing by or something. But I got to do it. It's going to be fun. It's a freaking monster too. That's awesome. And my first Futaba. Everybody keeps saying, go to Futaba, go Futaba, go Futaba. Now, somebody said one of the lower, cheaper Futabas one time glitched at some point. So I'm going to have to go into the forums and read there. But this is the 3P RKA, and this is the one of the newer ones they have as far as cheap bows. This is the cheapest one that you can get on the Futaba site right now. So I hope this isn't the glitched one, and if it was, I hope they fixed that before I got this. I will probably give them a call probably in the next 2 days and just touch base with them after I do some reading first. But I need to get onto their site and get some reading. But I've had some good friends tell me that one of them did have a glitch issue, but I'm not sure which one. I hope that that's not a glitched one. I'm hoping whatever was the glitched one was something they had in the past. Now, this controller that comes with the HPI, it's a nice controller. It definitely feels weird for me. It's something I'm not totally used to, because there's something here. I'm used to being able to pull my thumbs up and stuff, but that's in front of my thumb. So for me, that's weird. But, I mean, it works. Or so far, I think it does. We're going to find out. It does have a nice grip, but it's all plastic. There's no rubber grip back here. And, when you get one somebody's Top Dog, you're thinking, because it was the Flux, I was thinking that this would come with some kind of little foam grip here, It does have a foam tire on the tire part here, though, so that's nice. I like it when I reach over and turn, there's foam, so your fingers don't slip on the plastic as much. Doesn't matter as much here, because I do get a firm, full grip. As you see, how you could tell this, how I could show this to you. I don't know who knows this or not. See how I'm gripping this? Man, if I could show you. See how my thumbnail and my middle finger thumbnail, how they kind of line up right underneath each other? To me, that's considered a full grip. If you're gripping it and your fingers are here and you're barely got a hold, you don't have a full grip on it. If you can get like that, you've got a full grip. You can get a nice strong grip on it. So it doesn't have to be foamy back here. Got a full wrap around, so I got a good solid grip. And if I had to do one-handed productions, I could just flip my thumb here, reach way over there, and if that tire was here, I would be able to one-hand it a little better, but I'm not going to be able to one-hand this one very well. But that's not a knock on the controller, because they're not meant for somebody to one-hand drive. It's not the controller's fault, it's my fault. So I will not be able to hold a camera and film at the same time on this one. Unless I find a way to mount it up here or something. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, but it feels good though. It does feel good in the hand. It's not too weighted down. It doesn't feel like it wants to go this way or go this way. It feels like it wants to stay at its level position in my hand. The switch is right here for, that's pretty quick and easy. So that I can turn off and on. Yep, took 4 AA batteries to get it going. And those came in the box, by the way. I think that's the first RC that I can think of that I've bought that actually had 4 AA's in the box for the controller. That's pretty cool. Did not come with any battery for the truck, though, but it does tell you that you got to get your own battery. So, you know, that I knew. But, yeah. But I already have batteries, so I don't have to worry about that. And I love how it came with a Dean's connector. That's awesome. Not some of the weird connectors that I have to get chopped off and then solder my own on later on. I'm glad it had a Dean's. So that's cool with me. Alright. I've already taken too much of your time out. I think this is already like a 30-minute video, so I need to cut this quick. Thank you guys. Watch, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.